Hi, this is John Lee from Order of Ennead. Betcha Can't Play This. And here it is, slow down. All right, so let's break that down into sections, and I'm going to do it slowly again and sort of explain what I'm doing as far as technically and harmonically. So the first part is A minor, start on F sharp. So you can think of that as like A Dorian or A minor 6. And I'm doing a lot of economy picking or a sweep picking, or whatever you want to call it. And go something like this. And you notice every time I'm crossing strings, for the most part, I'm using the same picking motion, and that makes it easier to play, I think. And that's it's kind of the diminished scale, but I end up resolving it to E, and that works really well over A minor. And then I slide here. Then I'm doing D minor. And again, here it's just hammer on, pull off, and then alternate picking here. Again, it's economy picking, so it's like down, up, down, 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 down. Up, down, up. And then when I switch to go up to the D, I'm on a downstroke. And then from there, it's diminished. I'm still employing economy picking. And then here I break up the rhythm a little bit, and it doesn't really fit with the rest of like tempo-wise. And I'm doing triplets. That last note isn't actually in the diminished scale, but I resolve to A, or to E, which sort of wraps up the whole thing, seeing as the whole thing is kind of more or less in A minor. If that last part, the scalar one, is symmetrical, since diminished scale is it's a noctonic scale, which means that it's just half whole, or whole, half. And I'm starting on A, and then I'm doing economy picking again. So every time I cross strings, like that. And also keep in mind, since we're playing on a lot of different strings, and it's not just sort of like a scalar run up and down, kind of like that. A good thing to employ is to sort of mute the strings with the strings you're not playing with this part of your hand. So when I'm doing something like this, those notes aren't palm muted, but the rest of the strings are. That way you don't get as much string noise. Also, when you're doing the economy picking stuff, the way I do it is, most people sort of play with the wrist, and maybe even like a little bit of the forearm. But I generally like to use just sort of the fingers, and the string will give you a little bit of resistance too, so you can still pick really fast. And I'm using a little bit of my wrist, especially when I'm crossing strings like. There's a little bit of like the wrist action going on, but for the most part, when I'm picking individual notes, it's more or less just kind of like this. A little bit unconventional, but just whatever works. Or if that doesn't work for you, then be my guest and use the wrist. Like I said, it's whatever works. All right, here's what I was talking about before, but and you'll get to see how my right hand works. And it's very small movements. Otherwise, the more motion you have, the harder it is to go back and pick the other way. And like a cool little exercise for that is to just take like, like cells or something, and choose 3 strings, since, maybe like 3 strings, then 1 string on the next, and then 3 strings, and do a little exercise. This isn't going to sound very good melodically, but I think it's a pretty effective exercise for practicing that kind of a technique. So like, let's just start on G. And then go up chromatically. So you have access to the whole neck. You like do it up and down as many times as you want. Or we can start here, go up here, and then come all the way down. It's a pretty good warm up. Well, I hope you enjoyed the lick. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you have as much fun learning it as I did teaching it to you. And also be sure to check out my band Order of Ennead's second record. It's called An Examination of Being, and it'll be out April 26th, 2010 in stores.